casted with Dave. When you're on your break, we had a joyous 90-minute game.
Yeah, I missed that. Sad. But also kind of fortunate in a way.
Yeah, it was a marathon. It was a very good game, very close, very back and forth. But we honestly thought we were going to be going into the early hours of the morning.
5 seconds remaining.
Was it like no end in sight in the game?
Yeah, it was one of these games where you got to the 60-minute items, everybody picked it up, and the stalemate continued.
Oh,
and
nice.
You thought, well, everybody's nearly 6 slots in there. There's not much more that can be done to change this game.
Yeah, you're thinking, what's going to be the thing that actually makes the game finish, I guess. I haven't actually seen it. I need to go look back and watch that game because it sounds like it was a bit of fun.
It was good, and the game afterwards, surprised they decided to go for a second game. The game afterwards, it was dress down, take it casually, because you just endured a 90-minute marathon, so things like Pudge and everything thrown into the mix. So much less serious game.
10 seconds remaining.
But obviously, here tonight, we're back to the serious business and a nice Oracle band that is by no way targeted at debate mail.
It's good that he's still being target banned. I think that always makes you feel good, a little ego boost. Yeah, they still value my hero, especially when he's drafting as well. You think it's more likely he's going to pick it?
Yeah, definitely. And he has shown a preference of playing it both in matchmaking in NSC and in the in-houses. And the Spirit Breaker is... I feel that's banned because Brex did really well on it following the new patch release, and he's drafted. And there's probably a bit of PTSD in the mix there. Because it is quite strong here at the moment. It's Gap Close, that Aghanim Shard that gives you BKB upon casting your ult.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's really good. I mean, Brex did a fantastic game of Spirit Breaker, and he was playing it POS 3, which is not usually where you see Spirit Breaker. He's more of a POS 4, so it was nice to see him get farm and then still be useful. So I like that.
Yeah. The nice thing about Spirit Breaker with farm is sometimes the downside of Spirit Breaker, especially in kind of when you get to the lower end Mars, he charges in, he hits the target, and then he dies. Nice thing about having some farm is you're a bit beefier. You can have a blade mail, so people don't want to hit you all the time. You've got a bit more armor, a bit more health. You can actually get out and continue to be useful.
Yeah, I do agree. We're going to see the first pick coming out now. Wow, first pick Shadow Demon? Is that a combo you think they're setting up for, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, if they pick Luna next, I'll be like, this makes sense.
True.
Other things that they could pick that go well with Shadow Demon are things like Mirana, fairly popular in the POS 4 position at the moment. Obviously, that new Aghanim's making the Sacred Arrow cast Starfall on every creep that goes past is really good for pushing out waves, especially from a safe distance. Arrow has a huge cast range. It is worth noting that if they do pick Mirana and go with the eggs, that multi-shot talent at level 25, the Starstorm only applies on the main arrow.
Yes.
So I know that's a trap. Sometimes people think, oh, that's amazing, I can fire 3 loads of Starfalls off, but it doesn't work. And Undying's a fairly good pick against it. I don't think Shadow Demon does much to Undying.
No, very little in lane anyway. It's interesting first pick again, but I think Undying pretty much works in most drafts. He's a strong hero, good at laning, goes with most combos, strong healing. It's a very Brex hero as well. Oh, there's the Mirana Shadow Demon. Combo is achieved. I think it makes sense. Get your first 2 picks, pick a combo. It's always going to work.
It does indeed, and the nice thing is we've already covered Mirana. So
yeah,
in advance of the hero being picked. I feel like it's going to be a wand game for both safe lanes. The Undying's probably going to be POS 5, and the Shadow Demon's going to be POS 5. You're going to pick a techies and make everybody regret coming to this game.
Yeah, sorry guys, I know you've welcome back to an in-house after Christmas, and you have to deal with the techies game straight away. We've not seen techies that often, you know, despite everyone knowing Brex were playing it. We've maybe seen it 4 times over 200 in-houses, and very rarely is it picked this early. So yeah, we'll have to see how he plays it. I mean, if it's Brex playing it, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, techies has been picked. I think you're correct. 4 times. Brex has played it twice. I've played it twice.
Okay.
And I think it's won half of its games.
Okay, 2 for 2.
2 for 2. It'll be interesting to see if Brex gets a win on the board with Techies. I think Techies has a loss each time. But somebody will need to check that in the stand. I think the thing that strikes me at the moment with this Dire team is you've got
10 seconds remaining.
Undying's a very good hero to have in a way with the Techies because he's a very strong fighter. He's going to make sure that even if you take these fights of 4 people, because he is so strong, he's going to add a bit more to the mix. The downside is neither of these heroes have a stun except Static Mind that's not reliable in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's true. You are lacking in some reliable crowd control. Techies has Stasis Mine, Undying has slows from the zombies, so they need some sort of hard lockdown, at least on their pos 3. See what they choose for that.
It's also worth noting that Shadow Demon isn't the worst against Techies because you just create illusions of yourself and you send them in and they kill the mines.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, just send illusions to clear mines, scout for things.
You can also ball people if they're being jumped on by the Techies blast off. So that saves quite nice against that hero. I can't decide whether Undying and Techies is really good synergy because one, like I say, takes over the team fight where the other kind of sits around doing mines, or whether it's a good synergy in that they go and they try and end early and Techies plays really aggressive and uses mines to push towers and Undying's a really good team fight person, or whether they hit that off-beat play with each other where the Techies goes around, he sets up mines, he doesn't join the team, and then the Undying falls off by the time the Techies has enough mines to be useful, and then you've kind of you're not taking advantage of both heroes' timings at the same time. So it's going to be interesting to see what else they draft, whether they draft for this early game lineup, whether they decide that they're just going to use the Undying to fill in the issues they might have in the early game, wait for the late game, and that's where they've got a Techies to extend the game. It's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. Basically, they balance each other out, which is the main thing. Now, the ban on Slark is clearly targeted, so what we've been able to identify in the lobby is that Love and Laughter has a level 25 Dota Plus level Slark, as well as Tinker. Now, Slark, I'm not sure if he's still very good this patch. He didn't have a great patch in 7.27. Tinker didn't receive many specific buffs either, but the addition of Arcane Blink has been a massive buff to Tinker. So that's what we're going to weigh up. Like, Tinker, still the same hero, not amazing overall, but his Arcane Blink is ridiculously good on Tinker. So we'll see if that, see if Love and Laughter gets to pick his level 25 Tinker. It's not been banned yet. He could be picked now. To see if he goes for it. I would love to see it.
It would be good to see. It's an interesting Tinker game though, because Techies and Tinker have a weird relationship. Tinker pushes in lanes, Techie's mind pushes out the lane. You blink into the trees, well, there could be Techie death trap waiting for you. It's a weird combo, and Undying isn't actually the worst against Tinker.
Well, Tinker would be picked on the Dire, I think, rather than on the Radiant.
Oh yeah, true.
So you'd get
correct.
Techies. We need to think about the synergy of Techies and Tinker, because you could almost, you know how when you gank Tinker, you're predicting where he's going to turn up and you're setting up a load of mines, you know, or setting up a trap of heroes waiting for Tinker. But then Tinker can basically go to the Tinker spot, which could be filled with mines. It could be like a next level mind game they're playing here. You blink into the Tinker spot, they all get ready to gank you, and then there's 400 remote mines, wipe the whole team. That could be fun.
Yeah, that could be quite funny. And yeah, that's a really good point. I should really pay attention to who's on which team. And I guess that's filling in their stun problem. That's probably going to be played by Ollie.
I'd assume so.
That'll be tanky mid hero. Again, good in the early team fight. It's got some good stun. Again, Shadow Demon's good against it. You X mark somebody back into a boat, they get balled, saves them. On the other hand, if they ball someone else, Kunkka just sets up a boat and a torrent underneath the Shadow Demon's
oh yeah, that's true.
spell, so it can work either way. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because the Radiant have a lot of time to respond to seeing Kunkka, and they could move it to the off lane if it ends up a really bad mid matchup. But Kunkka off lane, it can be hit or miss.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan, because Kunkka's level 1, level 2, a little bit weak, but in mid lane he can very quickly get level 3, level 5, and when you've got a high level Tidebringer, the lane win is guaranteed. But in the off lane, a lot of the game is around level 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and he's not a great hero around those areas. So, yeah, I think we'll see a mid if Ollie's in the game, but you never know. Mars makes sense. You've got Miles playing it. Still a good hero. He got a great shard. So, I think, yeah. If your hero got a really good shard, that's a good buff to them at the moment.
Yeah, Mars's shard is crazy. Being able to
awesome.
spear 2 people
10
is
seconds remaining.
such a buff.
Yeah, it is.
And leaving the trail of fire, because if you
5
pin 2
seconds
people down
remaining.
for 3 seconds in your arena, you're doing so much damage to both of them. And it's nearly half the team that's been taken out. And against the techies, could well be half the team that you've taken out.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I was talking to people about which shard we think is the best one. And when I played a ranked game, the decision of the people I was playing with is that Bane actually has the best shard. So his one creates an illusion which also channels your ultimate. So Bane can just ult and just walk off, and you've got the illusion casting it for you. That's like a 5.5 second channel, no longer needs to be done by Bane himself. So I think that's maybe the best shard in my opinion.
Yeah, I suppose that's a very good shard. The question is whether that illusion can just be mana drained or hexed.
I think so, yeah. I think you can one-shot it. It's a 750% bonus damage taken illusion, so it's very, very squishy.
Radiant team
But yeah, it's still better than Bane himself having to cast it. Ursa, that's an interesting pick. I guess could work okay against Undying. Fast attacks, kill the Tombstone, man up to Undying, man up to Kunkka. Not amazing against Crystal Maiden, but we'll see.
I'm thinking it's a techies free or
10
an
seconds
Undying
remaining.
free. Given that they've picked this Crystal Maiden, I don't really
Yeah,
like
that's weird,
either of
actually.
those propositions. To
I
be
mean,
honest,
Techies 3
Um,
doesn't really make sense to me, but Undying 3 is very rare. That's like an old-fashioned throwback when Undying was seen more as a POS 3. I guess it can still work, but I don't fancy playing Undying into an Undying core into Ursa. It doesn't seem great to me.
Team ban.
yeah, Undying's biggest problem as a free is it can work really well if you get some farm in the early game and you go and you end by about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. The problem is that the longer the game goes on, the further and further behind he gets, because Undying has no farming tools.
Yeah, 0.
10
He's
seconds
not going to build
remaining.
any items to farm, because, well, if he does,
5
then
seconds
you're
remaining.
kind of missing your strongest timing. And it's going to take ages to get those farming items. And he himself, all of his stuff is single targets, so he's really, really bad at farming creep waves. Techies is why I think Techies could be the freest. Techies is good at farming creep waves. He is going to get all that farm from the lane. And
10 seconds
but it'll be interesting to see
remaining
how he
team
translates that to being useful. Sometimes having an accelerated techies just means that you blow up one more person a bit quicker. It doesn't necessarily translate to win the game. You've got a real lack of initiation on the Dire at the moment, apart from maybe Kunkka going
10
in and
seconds
comboing
remaining.
someone. You could techies blast in, but if the techies blast in ahead of the whole
5
team, the
seconds
techies
remaining.
dies, and then you just kind of initiate by walking into them. So meanwhile, we see the Radiant has some really clear initiation points. It's got good gang potential in the Shadow Demon Rana. It's got that blink in with the Mars. I assume Ursa. Do you reckon Ursa would get the Agi blink?
It does give 25 Agi, makes sense. He is an Agi hero. 40% move speed and attack speed, I think it is. It helps. He doesn't really need either of those, though. I'm thinking Ursa may just go with Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, it
10
is.
seconds
It does allow you to lock down and continue the overpower.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get Abyssal anyway on Ursa because it's one of his strongest items. So I'm not entirely sure whether he'll bother with getting the Blink Dagger, even though they are interesting. Those are some strange picks here. So you've got Phantom Lancer, so one of those heroes has to be POS 3 like you said, and we'll find out which one it is. You've got an Ursa and a Troll Warlord. So you've got a lot of cores on the Radiant. Which one's the mid hero? Do you have a mid Troll Warlord? Probably if it's being played by Juji.
Yeah, I imagine it is a mid Troll Warlord, and I'm not entirely sure why they've gone for it. Adding a Troll Warlord into that lineup, well, Troll's a hero that needs farm. It's going to add a bit more greed into a team which, well, this is already a reasonably farm-heavy hero. I mean, we talk about Ursa can be really strong fighting early game if he goes Basher, Abyssal stuff. He still needs time to hit creeps, and so does Troll. Troll's not going to be ganking, and Ursa's not going to be ganking. You're kind of purely relying on this support combo to run around whilst both your mid and your safe lane just want to hit creeps. And having 2 heroes in both your mid and your safe lane that just want to hit creeps, it could be quite hard against a team that has a Undying and a Kunkka that are just able to run at you and take fights
That
every
win
60
rate on Crystal Maiden was incredible. I know it's technically the lowest ranked player on their team, but still, Howie, that's pretty amazing. I hope you can show us some good Crystal Maiden plays then. Let me just turn down the minimap hero size because I know it's always too big. Get the first cam going. I think that is Miles is the lucky one to start with. And please load. There we go. We're off. So who was the POS 3 after all?
Well, Drekken's just bought his items there, and
But it's not obvious.
It's not obvious at all. One has gone boots and tangos, and one has gone all regen.
So all, yeah. There's no wait. He's still got 250 gold. Do you reckon? There's no quelling blade on him though, which makes me wonder. But then, boots first techies. I don't know. I don't know honestly what's going on. Maybe he's going to blast off again, deny himself. What, Draken farms? I don't understand. It is Ollie Kunkka though.
Blasts off, dies. TPs in blasts off, dies, and he's got boots when he spawns to run to lane quicker again.
Maybe. I mean, blast off won't one-shot you, but the second one will if you stay low enough. So maybe he's just going to spam it in lane. It does 300 damage at level 1 if you land right on top of their head. I think, does the damage get less the further away you are or not? It says full damage 300, which makes me think, yes.
Yeah,
He's going to do it.
I don't know.
Yeah, here it goes. Whoa, that's a lot of damage. I think it did a little bit less to Kinder, but still, a 300 damage nuke on 2 heroes is 100% worth it. Did they get the bounty, though? Bounty went to Draken. No, so the Dire managed to snag the rune as well. Very nice.
I think the blast off just does the damage in AoE. I don't think it falls off.
Yeah, I remember it used to.
On the tool.
I think the old one used to, right? When it was called Suicide Squad Attack. So maybe they've kind of just left that as a remnant. Because I don't think it falls off, but maybe it does a little bit. I don't know. What is going on mid lane? They just kind of ring around the rosy. Just hit GG. Just smack him.
It's interesting. Don't want to be hit by the Tidebringer, and then.
Yeah. You kind of have to be if you're Troll, but maybe you just harass Ollie back. Like, look at this range damage. I think this might be a hard lane for Troll. That's my prediction, but we'll see.
I think it's an interesting one. Troll holds the early advantage that he can harass Kunkka out. But as soon as Kunkka gets a few levels of Tidebringer, he kind of turns that around.
Ooh. How he's taking a lot of damage from Debate Mail. Rana has very low base damage and base stats, but then so does Crystal Maiden when she's not using her spells. At least Marana has higher attack speed. Also pulled the creep wave, maybe unintentionally, or maybe it was. Sure. Ooh, missed first blood. Techies with the blast off. I think he's going to die. Yeah, he definitely is. But he manages to find a kill on Doge. That is worth it. Now, should we have a look at last hits to determine who's actually the core here?
So the core in this lane is Draken, and 16 strength. He just manned up to. No, it's an interesting one as well. But I guess you don't need a Quelling Blade when you've stolen enough strength to get 81 damage.
Yeah, 81 damage at level 2 is almost like Treant Protector. I think he does start with 90 or something ridiculous. He's gone for a full wand already. He just needs to remember to actually use his courier. Or maybe he's waiting for something else. That makes sense against Shadow Demon, who started Shadow Poison.
It's a wand all round lane. I'm still thinking about this PL pick. So PL, in theory, can be quite good against.
Oh, Ollie might die
heroes
actually.
like
Mid. Never mind. Nice turn. And back to talk about PL.
Because PL's going to buy a Diffusal, and Ursa's not very good against illusion heroes. And Ursa also relies quite heavily on his mana pool not to get kited.
Yeah.
And in a way, Troll's also very much a single target hero. He relies on hitting the single target to get further. So it's a really good pick in theory. It's good against Mirana, it's good against Shadow Demon. The only person who it's maybe not as great against is Mars, but then Mars can't even spear you out of your illusions. So it is a very solid all-round pick.
Yeah,
what
I like
will be
it
interesting to see is if Ursa builds a battle, which most Ursas do, Troll will get cleave automatically result. And it'll be really interesting to see how does cleave interaction play.
Did you say Troll gets cleave in his ult?
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
He used to.
How does he get cleave in his ult? Wow, Debate Mail, really aggressive play. Actually manages to find Howie. Howie was still only level 1. 3 minutes in. I mean, Debate Mail was only level 2, but Debate Mail, he says. I don't think Troll gets free cleave. He definitely gets, he definitely has some AoE spells. Whirling Axes to...
He gets lifesteal, he gets.
He blinds all the illusions,
I'm
right?
going to go to the wiki. Just in case I'm an idiot.
Free cleave sounds good. I don't think he gets it, though. I would have been a big fan if that was the case. That's quite a strong lane, actually. Crystal Maiden and Phantom Lance there. Nice spear away, but Mars has taken a lot of damage. I see a lot of people building this new Orb of Corrosion, but I'm not sure every single person needs to build it. I've seen like every melee hero possible buying it. Though heroes who should get it, like Ursa, I think he doesn't have it. But Mars, I'm not entirely sure if it's worth it on Mars. I feel like you're just delaying your soul ring by going Orb of Corrosion. It's 850 gold, I think.
Yeah, you see it a lot these days in games. It seems to be really, really strong.
Might just be a flavour of the month thing.
Yeah, I guess it's because it's really cheap. You kind of like, well, Orb of Venom's good, Blightstone's good, a really strong laning item. But it's one of these things which most people just look at and they go, well, I'm building half these anyway. How about I just build the rest of it?
Maybe.
Really strong.
I mean, the problem is, it's the same as Orb of Venom, practically. It doesn't buff the Orb of Venom. You have to buy a fluffy hat, and it's only just better than... Well, actually, Juju's going in mid. No, you can't kill Ollie. It's only just better than Blightstone. It's one more armor pen. So I guess if you really want Orb of Venom and Blightstone, if you don't really make use of them, you have paid 850 gold, which could be used for, you know, an actual item. Juju, just dive Ollie. Why is he not diving Ollie? Oh, beautiful spear by Jabena. He's going to find the kill. Jabena, what are you doing? He finally takes the kill. Juju nearly died there. 100 HP. He's gone for a bottle and Troll Warlord. That is an interesting hero to build bottle on, I must say the least. He doesn't use a lot of mana, Troll Warlord. He's in trouble.
Yeah,
Brex going for the blast off. Brex is thinking about it. Why isn't he doing it? He just keeps trying to aim it, but Juju keeps duking him. And there we go. Brex finally, after about 20 attempts, lines up for the kill. That is a bit of an aggressive tip, I must say.
It is. What's interesting is that arrow, I believe Debate Mail was in vision of that ward, which Ollie hasn't this minute.
Oh, yeah.
Ollie should have been able to see it coming, and if Ollie checks the correct rune spot, he's going to have a nice regen run.
He is.
Well,
Wow, Jabateman with another kill already. Goes top, finds another kill on Howie. Level 3 Crystal Maiden with 2 fluffy hats. Is that what you do on Crystal Maiden? You just stack fluffy hats? Makes you tankier? What are 2 fluffy hats build into? What does it build into at all? Orb of Corrosion? No. Falcon's Blade. Do you build that on a Crystal Maiden? Don't think so. Holy Locket? That only requires 1. Maybe you just consider it like, I don't want to build a Bracer. I'm just going to build fluffy hats. Only 125 gold? No, a bit more than that. 250 gold, twice that.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just trying to work out how you wear 2 fluffy hats.
No, you just stack them.
Just put them on top of each other.
Yeah, easy. You know, it's really cold.
It's like that caterpillar, the one which, when it sheds its old skin, it just
its
puts its
I saw that.
Its old head on top of it. Ends up a stack of like 8 or 9 heads the older it gets, just on top of each other.
It's like a sort of tactic in nature to terrify predators or something, isn't it? It's really weird.
Yeah,
that. Somehow Doige is actually lower level than Kinder. He's actually gone 3 points of Shadow Poison. He manages to find a Curry. Now, Techie's killing a Curry is quite something, because Techie has almost no attack damage. You've got 3 stacks of Shadow Poison here. Is that enough to get the kill? Can we get the 4th one? Oh, he just gets the 4th. No, it doesn't find the kill. I think a 5th one was guaranteed. Oh, Techie's is low. Uses a Soul Ring, but I think he knows he's safe. Got a Null Talisman and a Soul Ring. That's an interesting build for Techies. How has he managed to get so much money? I feel like that's quite a lot of net worth for a POS 4. But I guess Jabatemel also got good net worth. He is 300. He's going to find another kill because we've got the arena, Spear, God's Rebuke, and Howie dies again. Is Love and Laughter going to fight this? He might be able to, actually. Jabatemel still has all 3 leaps. He's going to use 1. Might have to use another. He's going to be okay. I mean, Love and Laughter's support has died a lot. Unfortunately, Howie is 030. But if you've never died on the core, That's not too bad, actually. Let your support die, but as long as he's farming, he's happy.
Yeah, he's doing quite well. He's tied for last hits of the Mars. Sitting there comfortably in third place on the last hit, so he's not too worried about that. It's a good result against the strong lane. When you've got a CM as a support, it's not the strongest. Mars is a very strong laner, and you're going to be quite happy with how you're doing.
Yeah.
Troll come out of this mid lane really well with 53 last hits.
It's good to be ahead of Kunkka, and especially Ollie's Kunkka, because as we've seen many, many times, Ollie is so good at farming on Kunkka, but they got to kill on him. And yeah, out-farming Kunkka, and Troll is going to scale better than Kunkka, right? Like, that's a given, because he's essentially a hard carry. Although, have you noticed how he's playing Troll? First item, Aghanim Scepter, and what does the new Aghanims do? I remember it did something interesting.
I was just looking at that, and it's something which somebody told me earlier, Topson has been doing a lot. And what it means is you're whirling axes, your ranged ones, dispel enemies. We just saw Kinder Surprise get a kill on the Brex who was running around on such low HP.
He deserved that, I think.
Yeah. And the whirling axes, the melee, they dispel you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to work out.
Got 2 dispels, one for you. Like, you can easily... So, Crystal Maiden comes up, uses her Frostbite on you. You just instantly dispel it. You... What do you want to dispel? I know you can dispel practically any item. Nice arrow onto Crystal Maiden. Is Jabema going to get the kill? Howie's just going to TP out. There's no way he gets out because Miles is like, here's a spear. Goodbye. I mean, you can dispel Glimmer Capes. You can dispel Ghost Scepters. I'm not sure you can dispel Yules because you won't actually hit the target. But obviously any item is pretty much up for dispel. I'm just not sure how useful it is this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to dispel on you other than Crystal Maiden. Well, Crystal Maiden? I can't even say it.
Crystal Maiden.
Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden's W, the Cold Embrace. That's about the only thing there is to dispel on Troll Warlord. And if you go first time Ags, I'm just not sure what you do. You're not farming quicker. You're not doing a lot of damage. You're kind of just building yourself into a dispel, and I don't know. We'll see how it works out, but I'm not sure how it's going to end up long term for this troll. He might find himself with a 4,200 net worth item that's not allowing
to accelerate or scale.
Indeed.
The Dire's top tower is doing its best, but it doesn't look good. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Well, we'll see. Top tower has now been taken. I know, Kinder's surprise cam is not portrait. How good is that? First time. Actually seeing a landscape Kinder. Just want to have a quick peek at the hero levels at the moment. So Troll's actually the highest level. He's managed to hit level 10. He has gone for the 200 health talent. So playing it nice and safe there. I mean, going Aghanims as well, you're going to be quite durable. But like Max said, not doing a lot of damage. So we'll see. I think Techies is yet to hit level 6. Yes, he is. He wants to get those remote mines going as soon as he can. Very close, and he's like 1 creep.
Pulled out my my headset there accidentally.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But yeah, we'll see what happens with this Agnus purchase.
I can just hear the sound of Techie's mines going off. Kane is surprised trying to find them. He's got Arcane Boots, nothing else. Like, literally, that's his only item. 5 empty slots. Who needs anything else? How's Draken managed to farm? His net worth's alright, actually. Second net worth on his team. Higher than Phantom Lancer. Draken has 30 denies. That's so many denies. Wow, he has had a good time in this lane. But Ursa still has 77 last hits. I think he's just been jungling. He is going Battle Fury. Pretty standard, like you said.
Yeah. What's really interesting is if you look at Dracon's inventory, it's a lot of small items. You've got 2 braces, buckler, soul ring, full 1, boots. You 6-slotted yourself for 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah, making use of slots though.
Purchases. Yeah, no, it's very good. It means you're never going to have a wasted slot throughout the game. And that buckler itself is going to build into this mech that he's actually decided to go before mana boots.
Oh, they've managed to find a kill. Finally killed Miles. Very, very close kill. Sad that I didn't catch that. You can see that Freezing Field was used and Crystal Maiden gets away on about 100 HP. Those fluffy hats coming into play. He's found the new meta. How he's discovered the new meta? You just build fluffy hats and CM and you're not squishy anymore. I like it.
I like it too. I've got images of CM looking like that that caterpillar now. He's walking around, 8 fluffy hats, which is impressive because you've only got 6 inventory slots, but that's how I'm picturing it. 8
In the
fluffy
backpack
hats,
as well.
4 fluffy-
I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a new cosmetic. Start working on that.
Yeah. A fluffy hat on each shoulder, like pauldrons.
I'm interested in Ollie's build. I was expecting him to either get Radiance or Armlet or Shadow Blade, but instead he's gone instant Crystallis and he's going straight for Daedalus. He just wants to get the crit up as quickly as possible. Does help you farm, but it is interesting to try and play Kunkka this way. He's just waiting for the Ancient stack, honestly. Maybe he should just Tidebringer it? Never mind. He's letting Love and Laughter take it. I think they will get the stack there. Interesting Crystal Maiden build. 1-1-4. I know a lot of people not a big fan of it, but I guess your team are happy. They're enjoying a lot of mana regen.
Yeah, they are. What's really interesting is Brex on the techies has been a smoke.
Oh, bot lane. Drekken's going down. Yeah, he was on 8 stacks of Fury Swipes when he died. So, ouch. And Ollie's here. I think he's going to find Jebate Mail. I think he's going to kill Jebate Mail before the boat even lands. Actually, never mind. The boat will still find the kill. It looks like Kinder managed to find a kill on Crystal Maiden, along with Miles. So 2 kills for the Radiant. Ollie will at least find the kill on Jebate Mail. That was a 3 times kill streak, so he gets 335 gold for that. He's going to be happy. Mid tower has now been taken. Very close to Diffusal Blade. That's going to be pretty big.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better days.
Yeah, Diffusal Blade on PL is always a good item. Makes you hit a bit harder in terms of any heroes. Also means you farm so much quicker. A lot of these jungle creeps have mana pools, and just means you can spawn a few illusions, walk away, go farm somewhere else, and they'll actually clear out the camp.
The prize is mine.
I think what I was saying earlier about Brex is it's really interesting he's decided to go no points in status trap at all.
Oh yeah, but I think it's going to go down. Arrow, spear into Arrow. Miles doing very well. 3-1-1, lots of kills. Is that going to be a kill? Oh, he gets 12 HP. 12 HP. That is tragic. And now he's going to be saved by the Shadow Demon. Ollie finds a kill on Jebate Mail, taking a lot of damage from Juju. He tries to TP out. I don't think that's going to quite work. Spear by Miles. Going to find the kill. Miles so lucky, or unlucky for Howie. That was really, really close to getting a nice kill.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
The cruel fates dictated that none of the CM ult shards would land on top of Mars, and so it was.
That's unfortunate. They really need to kill this Mars. Okay, they've spawned 1 skeleton on him. They've got 2 zombies. He just turns around and kills them. He's like, well, I'm killing them, and I'm off. Then he turns back in. Juju's just going to find the tombstone. Easy 175 gold. That's almost a hero kill. You've got to be careful about feeding that away. A lot of Radiant heroes up here, but they are in vision of the Dire. So what are the Dire going to do? Not much, it seems. I think the Radiant have a pretty good lead this game. Juju's just farming the enemy jungle. He doesn't really seem to care. He does have his Aghanims, so both his dispels are ready to go. Does Aghanims also reduce the mana cost of the spells? Yeah, it does. Makes them 25 mana each, down from, I think, 75? That's an interesting buff as well. Basically free mana now. Does it lower the cooldown? Yeah, it does. 4-second cooldown. Okay, it actually does a lot more this Ags than I thought. Basically no mana cost and really low cooldown. Out comes the boat. It's not going to find anyone. Juju's just running around. Doesn't have his ult. 4 seconds. He's waiting for it. Jebate Mail goes in. Juju, Dispel. He's got his ult. He's silenced for a very, very long time though. Still silence. Okay, now he's going to be okay. Looks like a massive fight where basically nothing happened. Maybe killing Jebate Mail? No, it's only rank 1 Frostbite, remember. Not really going to do a lot. So yeah, just staring competition will continue. Drekken's now got the mech. That's very good when you're 5-manning. Oh, Miles has gone in. Found his nemesis Howie. He's just going to leave him. Alex, he's got no mana at all. He didn't go Soul Ring this time. They will finally find a kill.
Yeah, and it's interesting what you say about this Trix, because obviously that's over 50% cooldown reduction from 9 seconds to 4, and as you say, the mana cost is basically half. I think it was 50 beforehand. So yeah, that's again, it's a lot of things that the tooltip just doesn't tell you. But actually, that Ags does do quite a lot. Those Whirling Axes do 200 damage, especially if you get the +90 Whirling Axes damage talent.
Oh yeah.
Suddenly, you're going to be hitting about 290 damage in AoE. Pretty good against PL.
Yeah, in 4
You're
second
going to be
cooldown.
Bottom tower.
exactly.
incredible.
You're going to be giving mischance. It actually makes a lot more sense when you take those into account, which I guess were factors we didn't quite realise.
I didn't realise at all. You can have 100% uptime on the blind. That is incredible. And imagine being dispelled, or being able to dispel yourself practically constantly. Oh, he's actually pop his ult to kill Crystal Maiden, but I don't think it's going to work. He's going to get boated. Oh, and Crystal Maiden keeps channeling the ult, will find the kill. Little heal by Draken. Nice.
And on the back lines, Debate Mail will walk into his doom at the
Oh,
hands
will
of
he?
Techie's lines.
Oh dear. Well, that's Techie's view. That's what Brex does best. He's walking around the jungle again at about 30 HP. But now he's got an Arcane Ring, a Soul Ring, Arcane Boots, and a Null Talisman. So he is fully stacked on mana regen, means he can get as many mines out as possible. Where are his mine stacks? Or have they all gone? There's a few random mines here and there. Can't see any big remote stacks yet.
Yeah, I don't think there is any. And I think he's going to avoid placing big remote stacks until he gets more than a single point in remote mines. Because 300 damage, you've got to sit there for quite a while to do that. Requires quite a bit of mana. He's probably start doing that either after he gets level 2 in the green mines or probably his Ags. And that Philosopher's Stone's going to really
Ooh.
help him.
He just
towards
sends
the
it back
Ags.
actually, because I guess he wants the 2.5 mana regen that comes from the Essence Ring. Also means he
Yeah,
can
I
heal
guess.
himself. I wonder who's going to take the Philosopher's Stone. Could go to Crystal Maiden, which I think she's going to take it. Pretty good candidate for it. Crystal Maiden, you are way too far forward. Be careful. I think Hao is in a little bit of danger here. This is the lowest net worth hero in the game, so I think he's going to go down. Pops the wand, gets rooted, and is just going to accept his demise. Rex, is he going to get hit by the arrow? No, just dodges it. We do have a sentry. Nice use of blowing up the mine. Another mine goes off, nearly kills Debate Mail. 2 mines, and he's on 90 HP.
Yeah.
Well, Miles goes in. Is he going to kill Ollie? No, he can't kill Ollie. Ollie's got 2,000 HP, and all he's got is 2 braces and treads. Just Kunkka things, eh?
Just Kunkka things indeed.
Wait, treads on Kunkka? Okay.
That's a really good point, actually. It's quite unusual.
That is unusual.
It's usually like the movement speed to get into X-Mark people. The armor's pretty good because you don't have a lot of it normally. And you're quite a fan of the extra damage. So that's an interesting move going for the treads.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the only thing I can see going for you with treads is it gives you a lot of health. But does he really need the extra 10 strength? He's now bought an Ogre Club because he's decided, or Ogre Axe. He's going for Halberd. Who do you Halberd on their team? Alright, against Ursa and Troll, yeah. Makes sense, they've got 2 auto-attacking cores. What is Troll building?
I don't think he quite knows.
He built
He's built the Hood of Defiance.
He went Axe and Hood of Defiance. That's...
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the most net worth in the game. I guess he's scared of Techie's mines. There's no way he goes Pipe, is there?
No chance.
Is Ollie going to get hit by this
Stop.
arrow? No. Doesn't actually reach for the Tiebreak. That's interesting.
He's got over 2k gold though, which is enough for most components unless he's going a Sacred Relic. And so I just think he hasn't quite worked out what they need next.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's still doing incredibly well.
3KB is what he's
I
decided.
wish there was a... You know, you can see things in Gamers Casters. We can see net worth, we can see level, we can see last hits. I'd love to see damage done. That would be great. We've got a long silence onto Mars, but he's been invised by Mirana. He's just going to TP out. Looks like he missed an attempt at a kill, but if he gets out, then yeah, which he did, that's fine. Oh, Crystal Maiden's Courier just going to leave. He's got a nice fancy Roshan Courier. Spear goes on to Ollie. The Radiant need to get out of there as quickly as they can. They're under more ward vision. Kinder stopped just for a second. He's balled himself, but I think that's just sealed his demise. There's no way he's living from that. Juju, you need to leave as well, I think. He gets rooted. Nice Crystal Maiden. It's doing a lot of damage to him. Out comes a boat as well. He does have his ult. He's going to have to use it. No, he can't because Brex comes in with the great silence. That silence is 7-second duration. It also hit Mars. And a strong set of kills for the Dire. They needed that because they are quite far behind in kills. It was 14 to 7. Now it's 14 to 10.
Now, nobody wins.
Yeah, there was a nice bit of save your friend syndrome there as
Yeah, exactly.
Kinder, surprised, kind of panicked when he saw the PL illusion, balled himself and just allowed the Dire to catch up, unfortunately. And then, obviously, Juju turned around the troll saying, "Don't worry, I'll get you out." Sadly, he didn't, and Miles then walked in going, "I've got to save my core," and it was the train of death, and it's always a bit hard to arrest the situation when it starts going down like that.
All too often that happens, doesn't it? I love that we called it, you know, save your core syndrome. People go in one at a time. Are Dire going to take this Roche? They got a lot of Shadow Poison on them. But I think they're still going to be fine. Debate Mod goes in. He actually snatches the Aegis. He does go down. And there's no way he lives again. He's on top of 3 Techies mines. They're going to immediately blow up. Actually, he leaps out. No way. He better not escape from this. He's got no leap charges. Brex chasing him. Doesn't quite land on him. Brex can just throw a remote mine and kill him. No, I misses. And Miles actually will find a kill. He found a kill on Draken. I can't believe Jabit got out, but he was standing on top of 3 Techies mines. He's got 1,000 HP. Let's see my instant replay button works. I'm really hoping it does because I've had some problems with it. This is a new setup, and I've got a few things I need to work out. Yeah, we've got it. Oh, I need to make that fill the screen, though. Come on. There we go. Fixed. So Jabate now, you can see him here. Jumps in, takes the Aegis. He immediately goes down, obviously. What are his team doing in the meantime? Ursa wasn't even there. So it was already a 4 versus 5. Jabate still managed to jump out. This entire team just like, where's he gone?
Yeah, he had no right to live through that.
Absolutely none.
I don't know. I guess they just thought that the Techies mines would do it, and most of the team kind of walked away. And then the Techies mines didn't blow up, and it was that panic of, well, now we've got to catch him.
Juju's in a little bit of trouble here. Is he going to go down? They've rooted him, which he can dispel in a second. Nah, but we've got the spear onto Howie. I think Howie's in a lot of trouble. Never mind. He's glimmered. He goes into his ult. His ult's going off. No one can stop him. They've got no vision. But surely you can use the axis to see him. Okay, Juju finally goes into his ult. He will bring Howie down. I think Juju's still looking pretty strong. I thought this was a really great fight for the Dire, but now they're in a lot of trouble. Love and Laughter has to go away on 200 HP. Does have Manta, though. Is he going to pop it? Doesn't actually have time to. Wow, this is a slaughter. Dire had a nice fight recently, but the Radiant, look how low they all are, though. Incredibly low HP. Howie got a great ult up, but it wasn't enough. They can't bring down Gigi. Tanky hero. Oh, Ollie just found a little sneaky kill by himself. 1 versus 5, he goes in, manages to find a kill and a bounty rune. Ollie is the highest level in the game, also the highest net worth. What's he going to do now? He doesn't say he tries to go in all by himself there. He's so tempted. Massive crit, there's no way he lives.
Well, here he goes.
Oh, X marks the spot. Makes sense. Yeah, nice big crit, but he's not that far away. Oh, he dodges the spear. Or it doesn't quite land. Does lose his tier 2 tower. Let's have a look at the item builds. We did see, we've got Fusel Blade on 1 core, that's Phantom Lancer, Battle Fury on the Ursa, and Juju building all sorts of, well, I don't know. It looks like another fight is breaking out. Miles gets the spear onto Ollie, but not doing a lot of damage because Ollie is a very, very durable hero. 3 seconds and he's got X marks. Is he going to find someone with it? Nice torrent, gets Juju yet again. X marks the spot. No BKB for him yet. No, BKB's in. He could pop it if he wanted to. Pop the BKB, yeah, there it is. Turns around. They were not expecting the BKB. It wasn't on him when the fight begun. That's the benefit of stuff coming from your courier. Immediately pops his ult, goes straight into Ollie. Getting a kill on Ollie is huge. Miles is in a little bit of trouble being brought down by the Phantom Lancer, but nice ball for the save. It's going to create even more Phantom Lancers. He will still go down. 3 kills. No, the Phantom Lancer's actually okay. Who got brought down? Someone else. Deutsch is running away with his ultimate. He also has his BKB, but Love and Laughter is at large. Massive heal from Draken. Kinder's going to go down. Only 1 survivor, which is Deutsch. So yes, they did bring down Ollie, but they lost basically their entire team for that.
And I think what's going to be next on Juju's shopping list is just a bit of damage. We see lives quite well there as BKB of his ult, but he kind of takes so long to take down the Kunkka that his BKB's over by the time he does so. That was a 10-second BKB. If you look at it, he is only hitting for 170 damage, which it's not a lot for nearly 30 minutes.
Yeah, it certainly isn't.
Especially when you've got a hero like Kunkka who's got 25% evasion and he's got nearly 3k HP. It's just going to take you a while to batter him down. So I think it'd be...
Oh, he's found the yield. We got Draken. I think Deutsch is going to tear Draken apart. And yes, he will. Killing spree for Deutsch. You know Deutsch is 3-1-2. There are people on his team with 12 assists and 4 kills. He's 3-1-2. This is an Ursa who's enjoyed a lot of time in the jungle, but very, very sneakily, he's actually gone to the top of the net worth.
Well, they do say bears like to hibernate over winter, and here we are in the midst of winter, and the bears just come out of hibernation. So
Orb of Destruction as well. Who's he
that
going to give it
elven
to?
tunic as well.
We've gone for no Axe Shard yet on the Mars, but he is going for Aghanim Scepter. In fact, he's only about 200 gold away. This is the one which creates those invulnerable soldiers, which do a lot of damage. Apparently, they're really overpowered, but I've not actually seen them at work. But we're going to see. Invis is used. Do the Dire have any idea? Nope, they have absolutely no idea that a full team of Invis heroes. Never mind, a mine explosion did go off. So Brex should think, wait a second. That's Debate Mail tanking that. I think it's given them away. Never mind, Howie's going to face check. And he may be the sole casualty. If that happens, that's actually okay. You've managed to tank the gank with a pos 5. Not too bad.
Yeah, Howie sees the explosion and dutifully goes, right, my time to die.
Is your
Walks towards
sacrifice.
them. Yeah. So no amount of fluffy hats can save him from that one. But what's really interesting is that Juju's now decided to queue up a raid. And Radiance is it's quite good against PL, but it's interesting. I wonder whether something like a Mjolnir would do more.
Yeah, I like Mjolnir. Mjolnir bounces, I think, to 12 different targets. So every single PL illusion is definitely going to get hit by it, and you already have so much attack speed, so you're going to proc the Mjolnir a lot. I think Mjolnir makes more sense. We're going in on Draken. Do we have the damage to kill him? We've got the soldiers as well. They do so much damage. Look at Draken. He's keeping himself alive. Use the guarding goons. Not quite enough. We've got some mine explosion, but Choo-Choo and Miles just walk out. They tried to TP in. It was a little bit too quick. Those soldiers do so much damage. That's incredible.
They're good.
Out comes the arrow. Not going to land on anyone. Zoli's still the highest level in this game. Joint with Deutsch. It's a very on and off game. It's 30 minutes in. Yes, the Radiant have a slight advantage, but the net worth is really close. Really, really close. I reckon the team with the most cores win would be my prediction. Oh, I didn't do the poll. I forgot about that, or the prediction.
I don't know.
I need to do it next time. Next game, I'll do the prediction. Now you can win channel points from predicting. I haven't found a way to make that appear on the stream at the moment, but it's still something you can participate in. I just need to remember at the end of the game to reward the points. Still need to think of something to do with those channel points. Whoa, those soldiers do so much AoE damage. I didn't realize they can hit a whole creep wave. How many soldiers do you spawn?
Yeah.
Like 5
So it
soldiers?
spawns- I think I counted 5. They can each hit one target each. They can't all hit the same target.
Yeah.
Each one does Mars' damage plus 75.
Oh, he's going in again.
Right,
Pops the soldiers out.
Yeah.
So the main thing is you can do damage while bulwark's up. So you can be incredibly tanky and be doing damage at the same time. It's ridiculous. Look, you just wander around with this massive ward of soldiers. What an amazing ability that is. No wonder Mars. I mean, Mars was already a good hero. And he's just been buffed even further with this addition to an actually useful Aghanims. He just goes in, misses the spear. Unfortunate. But he's tanky. He doesn't care. They brought him back, but do they have the damage to kill him? Draken's got a tombstone up, heals himself. Love and Laughter has gone in. They're trying to do as much damage as they can. BKB from Juji. He still has his ult. He's ready to pop it. He uses it. He's just going on the tombstone though, but that's actually not a bad target. Kinder's being smashed to death by Love and Laughter. Keeps himself alive. Nice torrent by Ollie. This is all over the place. Fight. Only person dead is Howie, but now they can kill the support as well. Draken's gone down. Love and Laughter's in a little bit of trouble. He's got to be really careful. Juju's just cleaving him to death. Debate Mail's chasing him. Deutsch finds another kill. Is he going to bring down Debate Mail? He's trying. Yep, he will find another kill. So at the moment, it's 3 versus 3. Love and Laughter, he's waiting for his jump. He's just going to die. Deutsch just jumps on his head. Triple kill for the Ursa. And Miles is still going. He gets his arena off again. That's how long this fight's been going on for. He'll find yet a kill on Brex. This is really good for the Radiant. Only person alive is Howie. And I think he's going to be killed. Waiting for the Glimmer Cape. Dispel it immediately. There you go. No more problems with Glimmers. Just get Aghanims. Big plays for the Radiant. And that is a full team wipe. What are they going to do with it?
Farm the jungle by the looks of it.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Yeah, it's an interesting use. It'd be good to see them try and hit the mid tower.
Yeah, they
they've
could do.
decided just to reconcile themselves and farm away. Juju's nearly got his Radiance. I guess that's going to stack with his Cloak of Flames, which he's got. He's going purely for put out the AoE with constant whirling axes with the Cloak of Flames and now the Radiance. So
You hit towers with Bollock as well. Look at this.
Wait, really?
Look at this. This tower is just ridiculous.
Oh, somebody stop this man. That's unfair.
That is ridiculous. You just sit there, just point at the tower, take no damage. I mean, I guess that's not that different from just hitting the tower face on anyway, which you'll still get the Bollock from.
It also means you can redirect all the tower hits to you at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Aegis finally goes to the Radiant. Makes sense. You got a Nurse on your team. He's got a lot of farm. He's got a Battle Fury, BKB, Abyssal Blade, and he's going for Satanic, which by the way got quite an interesting change last patch. So they buffed the duration of the lifesteal it gives. They made it give 40 damage instead of 25, so big buffs, but they took all the status resistance away from it. Miles is just ready to go in, go straight in. But how he's actually being healed by his team, I think he's going to be okay. I might have spoken too soon. He tries to force himself up. That's a nice big ult. It's actually doing a lot of damage. They heal him again. Draken, this ult is killing everyone. Huge Crystal Main. Unfortunately, he will still get brought down. It wasn't quite enough damage, but they managed to find 2 kills anyway. Miles has gone down as well as the Shadow Demon. That's Deutsch. Love and Laughter. He's going to go while killing the Phantom Lancer. Incredible. He found a Cloak of Flames. Does that count as damage?
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. He's gone for this weird AoE.
Radiance, Cloak of Flames.
Flaming build.
Yeah, it's alright. It's hard to push into techies though, that's the problem.
They've got a huge amount of physical damage from the Ursa, so it's not mattering too much. He's providing a lot of mischance, he's providing a lot of AoE, kind of keeping those illusions down, low health, and he's just letting the Ursa mop up the bulk of people while he front lines and ult. It's working well for them.
Yeah, it is. Oh, out comes the boat from Nolly. What's he going to do? Hits Juju, but he doesn't have any creeps that hit with the Tidebringer. That's a shame, because that's what his build is relying on. You've got 2 heroes nearly level 25. Doid is really close. Got the Frostbite onto him, followed by the Torrent. He does have the Aegis, remember. Wow, Rex, that does a lot of damage. He went for the Blast Off damage time. 840 damage. That's way more than I was expecting. He's just going to BKB and run out. That's not a bad hold from the Dino. Not only did they hold their tower, they took the Aegis away and the BKB duration. So,
yeah,
all in
you
all,
can't be
success.
disappointed with that.
Yeah, that's good. Even though they didn't find a kill there, I think you can still be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Nearly level 25.
This Mars Axe, I can't get over it at all. This Mars Axe is absolutely crazy.
Are there any other shards up? I think is there any Agnum shard in the game? Shadow Demon's got his, which lets you cast Demonic Purge on your allies. Troll Ward has an interesting one, but he's not gone for it. No Kunkka, no Crystal Maiden. Techies actually has the shard and the Agnums. Agnums gives you cast range on everything, as well as more damage on the remote mines and the Minefield Sign. What's the shard do? Increases blast off cast range by 600 and it stuns. Right. So that's why he went. He's gone blast off build. Massive range, stun, 840 damage. Incredible. And yeah, I think it's only 2 shards this game.
Yeah, Agnum Shard's a weird one. I don't think you've got a lot of the best Agnum Shards in this game, necessarily.
No.
I think what's really interesting is going to see how the Radiant are going to turn this advantage which they've got within the network, within the XP, into actually pushing high ground against a Kunkka, who's good against Kieran Waves, and a Techies, who's now level 18, and there's not a lot of heroes that are going to stand up there and hit the tower free from being blown up by Techies mines. Troll doesn't have the range, and they don't have any other range cores.
Yeah,
so they're not particularly good against the Techies mines.
Interesting. Oh wow, we've gone on Ollie, but Ollie's a little bit too tanky. Pops his own BKB, but he just gets smashed by Deutsch. I think he's just going to be able to run away. Deutsch is really chasing him. Can he kill Ollie? No, he can't. He's going to turn to Draken. And yes, he will kill Draken practically instantly. I think Crystal Maiden may go down next. Deutsch just dispels the stasis trap with his ultimate, chasing Ollie into the base. Juju does have BKB and his ult. Now he's killing Brex. We'll find a kill on Brex, burns him to death. He's gone for Battle Chance, strong Dispel, so he has a lot of Dispels, as well as BKB. Nice arrow, but they can't see him. Turn range and throw your axes, you can dispel the Glimmer Cape, but he forgets about that. So Juju, he's trying to run. He's got the cheese, is he going to use it? Yes, he will. He's still taking a lot of damage, a lot of crowd control. Is he going to be able to get out? He's really, really trying. Now he gets Diffusal Blade, dispels it again, gets rooted again. Thankfully, they've got enough control. They finally bring him down. I thought the distraction would have been enough for them to take the tier 3 mid, but the rest of his team just ran away. So,
Yeah,
oh
it's a
well.
bit sad there. That could have been a really good. I mean, it took him so long to kill Juju. It'd be really good if his team were there to back him up. They could have probably killed a few and then cleaned out a big chunk of the base. It's a bit unfortunate there that no one was really. We've almost gone to the opposite end of Save Your Core, and they've looked the last time and they've gone, nope, he's dead. We're out of here. Although possibly they underestimated how strong Juju was, because he did live an awful long time.
He did, yeah. He managed to hold his ground for a long time, and he had to run basically from right outside the fountain all the way through the entire enemy team. Almost got outside the base. So yeah, I think they definitely could have helped him. Didn't think he was going to live that long. Ollie's now going for Monkey King Bar, which I know got nerfed, but you still need it if you want to hit evasion targets. But I'm not sure if that's the item Kunkka needs, but oh well. I would have just gone Rapier by now, to be honest, if I was Ollie.
Yeah, the MKB is a weird one, because MKB gets most of its value when you're hitting the target regularly, and Kunkka tends to hit in Tidebringers. I guess the argument is if you can't hit your original Tidebringer, you're not going to get that to begin with. But I'm not sure it's the most value item over, say, something like a Rapier, like you talked about. I guess the argument against something like a Rapier is he's dying too much.
Yeah, that's true.
So you could just end up throwing away a Rapier, and if you throw a Rapier to a Cercer or Troll, you might as well press the GG button.
Yeah, Rhyme said the same thing. MKB instead of Rapier on Kunkka is what we were thinking about. They actually nerfed Rapier for one of the first patches ever. I think when I started playing Dota, Rapier's damage was like 250 or something like that. Then it went up to like 280, then 300, then 330. It just kept buffing Rapier every single patch. Now they finally realized, wait a second, maybe Rapier's overtuned? And they brought it down a notch, and it's back on 300 damage. Still a lot. I think the Protect Phantom Assassin sort of playstyle, when she gets a Rapier and just one-shots everyone in the game, was maybe a little bit too strong.
Yeah, I mean, 330 damage is
Oh, he's just going to use his boat to pick off a bit of a creep wave. Only 10k gold difference now, actually. It was a little bit more than that. And they've not lost any of their racks, so this game still could go to the Dire, potentially. Though I am favouring the team with multiple cores. Looks like we're going to find Brett. This could be a good pick-off. He's completely out of position. I think Howie's going to go down too. Nice arena. And yeah, he's going to be brought down. Easy double kill. So both the supports have been killed. Does Techies have any big stack of mines waiting outside any of the bases? No, he doesn't. This would be a really good time to try and take some high ground.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Backs against the wall for the Dire, and but they're still trying to go out into the jungle. But you might think at this point you want Techies to start acting as an insurance, start fortifying this base, just make it really unappealing for the Radiant to push high ground, buy your team a bit more time. I guess what he's thinking is if he can go and secure jungle with mines, then he's got a bit of farming area for his team. But as you can see, they're just going to run high ground here without any real deterrent. I mean, obviously the Radiant don't. Well, the Radiant don't know there's no Techies mines, and that is the only thing that the Dire have in their favor.
Why does Troll have an Eternal Shroud? And why is he building a Bloodstone? Or is that an Octarine Core? It's an Octarine Core. It's Octarine Core Troll Warlord. I don't understand. This is not part of the build that I'm aware of, but maybe it is. Maybe I'm that far out of the meta. I still don't know why he's got Eternal Shroud and the BKB. It's a very expensive. Does he need Spell Lifesteal? Is that the Troll Warlord build? Look at Mars. He does not. Mars pops his ult, which gives 120 health regen while he's inside it. So maybe he's thinking that I really need to take the tower. He's desperate to tap. Finally, it goes down. Nice use of the 4-star, but is it going to be enough? Yeah, Christian made an ult. It does a lot of damage. Judas just popped his ult. But he's just hitting illusions. That's the problem. No, he will turn to Howie. Doesn't kill Howie. Gets disarmed. He's going to go down. Howie is still alive, and he finally gets brought down. Whoa, massive lag spike there. Sorry for that on the stream, but the fight is still going on. This is a good chance for Dire. Brex goes in, finds the stun. Jabaten's the only person alive. Great defense by the Dire. They did lose their tier 3 tower. I think Jabaten was going to make it out. And he will. Yeah, that really good control for Juju. I feel like Juju's going to regret building these really wacky, kind of not useful items. But oh
yeah,
well.
he certainly had the gold kind of translate.
Oh, Ollie just turns up in the bot lane. Ollie's got beautiful travel. Where'd that come from? Ah, he's got a Yules. Yeah, Ollie's smacking that tab pretty damn hard. Look at him. You just that kill. What? Oh, he was not expecting that kill at. I was not expecting it. Who was expecting that? He was away. He used himself, and then a 1,300 crit later. And to make 170, he's a very squishy hero. This is a big turnaround for the Dire. They were behind pretty much all of the mid game, and now suddenly only 2k gold behind. Actually, they're going to be the first to take racks. They're almost ahead in net worth. How have they done this?
It's an enormous turnaround. That net worth graph.
Oh my god. Because the waves were pushing in. Ollie had boots of travel. He is hitting really hard. Ollie has 400 damage. He is surprisingly fair. You always forget about Ollie, but he's also got a lot of farm. Somehow he's managed to find the most farm in the game. He's the one with a Phantom Lancer on his team. They are going to take 2 sets of racks. After losing all game, 1 good fight, and they'll take 2 sets of racks. Okay, they didn't take the range racks, but that's 2 melee racks. Wow, Miles goes in immediately. Unfortunately, doesn't get Drekken inside his ult. I think Drekken's still going to go down. He's taking a lot of damage. He's trying to put his tombstone up on the cliff. Doesn't quite get there. Trying to kite around. In fact, he lives a little bit. Nice stun from Ollie. He is still alive. I think he's in a little bit of trouble here. He's trying so hard to keep himself alive. He's wasting a lot of time. Massive decay. He's on 36 decay. He will finally be brought down. A lot of space created, though.
Yeah, and I think the real star of that play was Ollie.
Yeah, it was.
Just that decision to immediately go, right, killed them, objective time, boots of travel bottom, knows Mirana's no threat. A little bit lucky to get a crit, although, to be honest with the amount of health Mirana was on after that yours, I think even without a crit, that Mirana was dead.
I mean, he has got the Tidebringer cleave talent, so his cleave is 305%. So that's a 3 times crit. If you then crit off the crit, you're doing sort of 6 times damage. That's a lot of damage when you've already got 400 base. GG can dispel again. Nice use of the Yules. I'm actually I'm quite impressed with the way how he's played. Despite the fact that he's died 15 times, which is far and away the most deaths this game, he's still managing to do a lot of damage in his team fights, making use of his Glimmer and Force Staff. He's even got his own boots of travel on Crystal Maiden, so he's actually pretty fast moving. 410 move speed.
Yeah, that is a speedy bunch of fluffy hats. I actually sold all those fluffy hats.
Well,
but
they served their purpose.
yeah, they did. And no, you're quite right. The freezing fields have been doing a lot in these team fights. They've kind of focused the CM and the Glimmer Cape and just not really had the damage because obviously that huge amount of armor the freezing field gives you. It's done a lot, and obviously, yeah, he's died quite a bit. There's been quite a few times being caught out of position, or he's gone to face check a danger that they kind of knew was already there. But apart from that, considering the rank disparity, he's done extremely well.
I mean, Crystal Maiden is one of his strongest heroes, and without, you can see why. Amazing win rate he's got. Radiant going to take yet another road. He's got Aghanims on it. This is really huge. Who's in need of an Aghanims? I think it could be good on Deutsch. Love and Laughter has spotted it out. It's going to be a huge fight. It's all kicking off. Out comes the boat, but they have BKB'd it in time. Howie's gone straight into his ult. Love and Laughter, he needs to find someone to kill. But he is taking so much damage. He gets brought immediately down. I think most of that damage actually came out from the Shadow Demon. Kinder Surprise hit them with a Soul Catcher. Took a massive chunk of his HP away. That is a really good fight for the Radiant. Now, will they be able to take some racks? They haven't taken... They did take Roche. Okay, so Roche was taken during that. Wasn't paying attention. The Deutsch took that. He also took the Aghanims and the cheese. This means the cooldown of Enrage is reduced and he can use it while he's stunned. That was a really, really big buff.
Yeah, and another buff that they've got, which is the difference between that team fight and the others, is the fact that Troll picked up an Aghanim Shard. So that battle trance is now going for 60 attacks.
There's a lot of mines then. They hit nobody. Nobody at all. Cheeky tip onto Brex. There's a lot of mines in the base, but they don't do a lot of damage, really. Brex, think about going in. X marks the spot. Tower's finally been brought down. There are some more mines doing a little bit of damage. I guess, was it 800 damage a mine?
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
They don't have a pipe. Well, Ollie's just going in. He's trying to get a massive crit. You know, the crit to wipe the entire team. Gets the boat up as well. They're doing quite well to hold. I think Breck's in a little bit of trouble here. The arena's been popped. Arena gives 120 health regen. So Miles is going to have a lot of healing from that. Buyback from Brex. Ollie goes in yet again. Gets Yules, but his X marks the spot lasts long enough that he can bring himself back. Or can he? He has to use the BKB. Another ult from Howie. Howie will get brought down. They do manage to find Miles. But they have found a kill on Howie. I mean, They only took the range racks. The Dire are so good at defending. Crystal Maiden did 1,445 damage to Mars. Well, there you go. What a support that is.
Yeah, and they are doing well because the Radiant aren't that bad at pushing either. The Troll's got 10k gold, which I quite like to see him spend some of. I feel at the point where you're holding 5 digits worth of gold, you should probably spend a little bit, especially when you have a free item slot.
Yeah, you've not even bought a Moon Shard, so or eaten your Aghanims, so I agree with you. I mean, he's still got an Octarine core lined up. There's no way he builds that, is there? Well, please tell me he doesn't build that.
I'd like to think this is the reason he...
no, he's building Octarine core.
I was about to say I'd like to think this is the reason he's kept his gold. He's looked at it and gone, no, surely not. Surely there's no real benefit from me building an Octarine.
Is this how it works? You have Radiance, that heals you, right? You've got Eternal Shroud, that's got 20% spell lifesteal. You have Octarine core, that's how much spell lifesteal comes from Octarine core. Quite a lot. Is it 25%?
But he's bought an Ether Lens.
Oh no, Octarine core doesn't give anymore because they removed it. They changed the recipe to give him cast range.
Oh yeah.
So now he's got 250. Is 250 cast range useful? Patrol Warlord?
Does it increase the AoE of the whirling axes?
No, I don't think it. You can throw the ranged axes further. You get cooldown reduction. I don't understand. I mean, I guess you have a 3-second cooldown now on the whirling axes. I don't know. 725 mana on Octarine core. That's a lot of mana for a hero who does not need it. I don't know this.
Yeah, it's a good bit of protection against the diffusal blade of the PL, I guess.
It gives him more time to wail on you and take away your HP. I don't know. This is a very weird build. I wonder if you spell lifesteal from the Cloak of Flames. That'd be interesting. No idea.
No, I have no idea either. And well,
you do. Okay.
I don't even know what to say. This is the first time I've seen essentially an early 6-slotted troll who doesn't really hit very hard.
Who's not built like a Troll Warlord. Oh, he's going to find Drekken, running straight into him. I think Drekken's in a little bit of trouble here. He does dispel something with the Guardian Greaves, but he goes straight down. He's dead for quite a long time. Undying is not a durable hero by default. He's got quite low net worth. In fact, it's lower than the person he was laning with, who was not the POS 3. So that's Brex. With the Aghanims, with the Aether Lens, he's going for his own Octarine core, which makes a lot more sense on techies than it does Troll Warlord, I must say. Like, it's the perfect techies item. Massive amount of mana, lower cooldown so you can place more mines, big mana pool. Does it give mana regen? Yeah, a little bit of mana regen. And yeah, cast range is good for techies as well. With the Aghanims, he has a lot of cast range on his abilities.
Plus, it's just more cast range that blast off stun.
Oh yeah, 1,000+ cast range of the blast off. Look at the range of blast off. Cursor over it. It's absolutely enormous. It's like a blink dagger.
I think what I'm thinking about this troll build is that it's worked quite well for them so far, but I think there's a point at which you go, all right, it's done its job. And I think before the Octarine was the point at which you go, all right, it's done its job. I'm going to buy something like a Mjolnir or something else.
Yeah, Butterfly.
I'm going to start moving away from this.
Yeah, that's true. I reckon the Dire actually still have a good chance of this. They are quite far behind in kills, and they lost almost all of their net worth lead, but they've still kept hold of all of their melee racks. And they're actually 2 racks ahead, technically. So, they've still got a chance. I mean, Ollie really should have gone Rapier. Now he's building his own items. Ollie has gone Overwhelming Blink, which makes sense. I mean, I guess Blink Dagger on Kunkka is a questionable item, but when you can upgrade it into Overwhelming Blink, Ollie does have a lot of strength. So it's a 300 damage mute, 50% slow. Gives him 25 strength as well. I really think he should go Rapier, but what do we want for tier 5s? Yeah, this is another long game. Hopefully not 90 minutes, but we'll see.
That's a good question. What do they want for tier 5s? So let's bring up the tier 5 items.
Oh yeah, they've changed the tier 5s.
Question.
I actually forgot about this in new tier 5s. There's Book of the Shadows, which you can target anyone and it basically banishes you out of the game for 3 seconds. So it's kind of like a Yule's. That's pretty cool. Giant's Ring is really cool. 40 strength and the whole stand on top of people. There's quite a few heroes who could benefit from that. Still some OP ones. Fallen Sky. Stygian Desolate is pretty nice. Force Boot's got buffed. You can cast it on allies now and enemies. It's like a proper Force staff. Ex Machina is pretty good. Apex is good. Actually, everything's really good, I guess.
Yeah, I guess the question is, what are the items that they will look for?
Ballista's not great on anyone.
No, not really. I think that's one which if you get both teams to look at and be a little bit disappointed.
Well, the game might end before that, to be honest. Like, I'm still expecting a massive team fight to break out and then the game to end. So we'll see.
I guess Giant's Ring isn't the worst for Kunkka. I guess Kunkka's going to want something like an Apex or a Giant's Ring.
Giant's Ring, did I check Giant's Ring correct? It gives 60 move speed. That's a lot of base moves. 60 move speed, 40 strength. On stats alone, that's an incredible item.
But then it also deals 100% of your strength per second to unit you're standing on.
Yeah, true. And you use Overwhelming Blink. And more strength for that. Slow them, stand on top of them. Ex Machina's nice because 20 armor. I think they buffed it to 25 armor, actually. So let's have a look at that and confirm. Yeah, 25 armor is an incredible amount of armor. Anyone with some items, especially ones with good active. So I don't think there are a lot of heroes who have those. They could appreciate it. Look at the
Pirate
net worth this
Hat
game.
is actually a really good item just because the amount of gold it gives.
Oh, I heard some go in. Lloyd, he's in a bit of trouble. He's actually lost all of his mana because Love and Laughter has taken it away, but he's keeping himself alive within Rage. And Love and Laughter just does not care, goes in, but Miles gets a nice spear, nice arena. They've already found one kill. They found a kill on Doid. That is a massive kill. Howie finally gets brought down. I think Drekken's next. So Radiant have had to use a buyback, but now they are winning the fight. They can't bring down this Phantom Lance. Actually, I think Love and Laughter may be the hero of this fight, but they just can't bring him down. Nice save by Kinder Surprise, but we've got the Tombstone there. Are they going to bring the Tombstone down? They're trying to. One more hit, and it finally does go down. I think Love and Laughter might actually be able to win that fight. Gets Seals. There's another buyback. Buyback this time from Draken. Nice arrow onto Love and Laughter. Is he going to die? Pops the Abyssal Blade, tries to kill Jabema. Again, more saves from Kinder. That's the problem when you play a core. You can't take out everyone by yourself because supports are so good. He's finally going to be brought down because he's used all of his doppelgangs. So it started off really well for the Radiant, but unfortunately it didn't end up. Oh, he scoffed the cheese. Ollie's in a little bit of trouble. Overwhelming Blink. He's going to get away. I mean, you should have bought the point booster while you're at the shop, actually, but never mind. Massive fight, but unfortunately for the Dire, the Radiant end up winning that. But they do have a lot of mines in base. That's a lot of mines there. How many in that stack? Like 7? 8?
Yeah, there's a lot of mines.
Have they got any detection?
Mid lane.
They do have a sentry.
Oh no.
GG? No? Don't blow it up then. Blow it up? No? No.
I think he's waiting for more.
I mean...
they do have a sentry.
I mean... Now they place it. It's too late now. It's too late. You let them place a sentry. And now you've lost your whole stack. Definitely could have done a lot of damage to you. Nice save, Kinder. But he will get torrented. No, he doesn't get torrented. Just walks out. Finally, they're going to take some melee racks. It's been a long time coming. Also, Deutsch, by the way, is just doing his own thing. He's like, thanks, I'm just going to solo Roche. There's also an Agnums and a Refresher Shard that no one can use. Miles has gone in yet again. He always goes on Crystal Maiden. Poor Howie. It's an absolute punching bag. I think Drekken, he's used the buyback, so he's really got to get out of here. But I think he's a little bit trapped. He's going to heal himself in a little bit. It's going to be a massive heal. But never mind, he's going to be brought down. No, he's still alive. I spoke too soon. And now Juju's in as well. Ollie just has to get out with the X marks the spot. 2 tombstones are up. Wow, there's a lot of attack speed coming out from Miles, actually. He will be able to kill it. Juju, why are you inside the base? I'm not quite sure how that happened. But he is fine. Another tombstone being brought down. Ollie finds a kill. Nice overwhelming blink. And now Phantom Lance is here. Abyssal Blade. Miles is going to go down. Not going to TP out of that. Wow, they really can't bring him down. It's because he's life-stealing. Oh, that's interesting. So the soldiers life-steal. So you just sit there and bulwark, taking no damage and healing loads. That's hilarious. Really interesting interaction.
Yeah, I really like that. I think
that's cool.
Quite
Who got the Aghanims? That's what I want to know. Because Deutsch still has the Ag Shard. He already had the Aghanims effect. So we've already got an Aghanims on Shadow Demon. Mars has it. Troll Warlord has it. He's consumed his own Aghanims. Mirana does have an Aghanims. It must be Mirana who took it then.
Yeah, it has to be.
I think they've got 5 Ags on the Radiant. Yeah, Radiant have 5 Ags. Dire have... Ollie was building it. I think he may have finished it.
Ollie's got it.
Ollie just got it, so that's Torrent Storm.
Techies has one.
Crystal Maiden's got the shard. Techies does have it. Phantom Lance doesn't have his yet. And okay, so Radiant are Team Aghanims. 5 Aghanims on the Radiant. But they are 29k gold ahead. That's almost enough for an Aghanims each.
Yes.
Even their Mirana, who's POS 4? Or was it that POS 4 Mirana? I think it was. Actually has
Yeah, well,
24,000 net worth thanks to now having the free Agnums. So also has Guardian Greaves. Nice stun onto Ollie. He's in a bit of trouble. He does have a BKB. Trying to get a crit off. But he's going to go down. Doige will find him. Torrent Storm not quite going to be enough. And that's a big kill killing Ollie. Oh, he's still doing a lot of damage. Triple bow. Do you have any people who are not level 25 yet? In fact, you have 3 people in the Dire who are not, but every single Radiant here is 25. In fact, but Ollie is the first to hit 30.
Yeah, and the Troll's not going to be far behind, though. The Troll's about to hit 30 himself.
That's really big for Troll, because he does actually need some stats. So he'll enjoy the 30 damage, the 8 agility, the 5 further attack speed. It will get him some damage one way or another.
And it looks like he's going Abyssal on the Troll, which is good because they need a bit more lockdown for those periods where they do identify the real PL, so that he isn't being chased around the fights quite as much, because obviously having that bash on top of the roots part of your melee form.
Oh, mines! Gets thrown to pieces. He's like, oh, nice.
No.
Forgetting about techies, turning the game back into a 4 versus 4.
It's a hard game for the supports. You see Mars just kills Crystal Maiden every fight, and Marana's been blown up by the techies quite a lot.
We have 19 deaths on the Crystal Maiden, but I reckon if you look at hero damage, she's actually going to be quite high up there.
Oh no, it's the March of the Mines.
Oh no, are they moving?
They are indeed.
Has he just got the talent? Yeah, he's got the 50 speed talent, so he's going to stack them on top of each other. Oh dear. Is this where you send like 600 and just one-shot the base?
Yeah, so you just send... it's quite effective, actually, because what you do is you send a static mine, loads of red, it catches someone in the root. It basically either forces a BKB or they die. Is the choice they have. So it can be very effective.
Oh, first items. Force Boots, Fallen Sky. Now that is a fantastic item. One of the best. I think it's always been my favourite tier 5. Stygian Desolator, another Fallen Sky, but for the Dire, that's the first item. Stygian Desolator and Fallen Sky. So Ursa can take one of those two. Mirror Shield, that's pretty good against the Abyssal Blades. Ollie may want to hold on to that. They did nerf the stats that it gives. It's down from 20 to 16, but still a very good item. They have their own Fallen Sky. Definitely should consider someone picking that up. Stygian Desolator, though. Very strong item. That's an extra 60 damage and 10 armor reduction.
Yeah, and Ursa's taken that. Trolls decide to take the Force Boots instead. The Fallen Sky.
He's in a bit of trouble. No, he's going to be okay. He does get his BKB pop, though. But it has a low cooldown thanks to his Octarine core. Not sure why he's got Force Boots. Oh, just looking to go in. Miles, traps 2. Only gets the spill onto Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden's going to be brought down. They have so much charge control for the Phantom Lancer. He's going to be brought down. They do have 2 buybacks. Look at the range that Rex leads. It was that distance. Absolutely massive.
There's an Apex for the Dire, which I imagine Kunk may want, and there's also the Book of Shadows.
Apex is 75 strength. Shadows is interesting. I've not really thought about that item. Pretty
It's
good
a weird
though.
one. Pretty good saving, I think.
Yeah,
I think
3
you're-
seconds save. It's like Wind Waker, in a way, but lasting slightly longer. It also gives 400 night vision. So Ollie's going for Apex. 75 strength does make you tankier. Also 75 damage. Overwhelming blink scales on strength, so not too bad.
What's really interesting is the designation of the Radiant's tier 5 items. No one's gone for the Meteor Hammer, which you might have thought Mars might want.
I would always go Fallen Sky, and that has got to be the greatest item in the game.
Yeah.
Far and away the best item.
Troll's taken the Force Boots, which the move speed's quite good, but you'd imagine he might want something like the Penta Edge Sword, which is going to give him increased attack range in his melee form, which is really nice.
Wow, a lot of damage done to him, but he does have a cheese. He also has his ult, gets stunned. Nice stun by techies. Just pops the cheese, still disarmed. Oh, nice arena by Mars. He manages to catch basically the entire Dire team in it, but Torrent Storm is doing a lot of work. It's very hard to see what's going on here. Sorry if you've got a kind of worse PC, my game would explode. It actually kind of is. Doige gets brought down. The Torrent boats. Ghost Ship Fleet doing so much damage. The Dire are just not getting brought down. How are they not taking any damage? It's the sheer control coming out of Ollie. What an incredible hero he is. I think Kinder's going to go down too. He's being saved just by his Elders for a little bit, and that's another hold from the Dire. The Dire are so far behind in net worth, yet they will not give up this game. 62 minutes in, and they are still winning teamfights somehow in their base.
Well, there was 3 buybacks used.
That's true. So, I mean,
including one from the PL.
it was 4 kills for 4 kills, but one team had to commit buybacks. So So I think the Dire are still definitely behind this game. But it's definitely not over. Crystal Maiden is so close to level 25. Not sure what talent he'll get. I did not expect the first game back to be quite this epic and long. But I guess there is a techie, so, you know, what did I expect? Ollie's now got a rapier, finally. About time, Ollie sold his MKB. Look at the range Rex leaps onto him. That's actually ridiculous. Okay, you're just going to fall victim to those mines, aren't you? I mean, well done, Brex. That was incredible, the range at which you spotted that Mirana. Oh my god. He knows his way around the techies. You got to give him that.
Yeah. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a goblin on an elephant. Jesus.
They can't take the third set of racks. They got 4 buybacks for that. So their 3 buybacks that they used in the fight, they actually got a lot for. I think Drekken is probably going to go down here. He does use his halberd. I think it's not going to be enough. No, he misses with the whirling axis. He's still on the run. No, he's going to go down. No way he lives here. So they do manage to find. Oh, never mind. He has to come back to life after feeding another 200 gold to the enemy team. And there he is, Anson Dagger. Bit of space created. Yeah. Let's have a look at the buyback status. So Radiant have 1 buyback and Dire have 2. So Dire are actually winning in the buybacks. You do also have it on Drekken. So I don't even know. This game, 24k net worth. I mean, Ollie's now on 43,000. Doesn't have his Ag's Shard yet. I think he should get the Ag's Shard. Book of Shadows finally found last tier 4 item. So what does it do? 12 to all stats, 400 night vision, and then you can turn someone, well, completely remove someone from the fight. Could be quite good against a hero like Ursa. I don't even know what is going to go on.
It could also be really good to saving people from PL. And if the Radiant do lose this game, I am going to put it down to the fact that they're only using half their tier 5 items.
Someone's got to pick up the Fallen Sky. It is such a good item. It's a 2-second stun at blink range, guaranteed. Why would you take that instead? No, okay. I think Juju's finally realised, you're right, Fallen Sky is way better than Force Boots. He's bringing that in. He's going to use that. I mean, it's a 2-second stun, and then you can chain Abyssal.
It's just such a good item. There's no reason not to have a Fallen Sky.
Look at Techies just grouping up all his mines together, walking them on top of each other, so that they're absolutely on the dot. That's the one benefit. You can actually stack. You can't usually stack red mines. This isn't there like a. You can't place them if they're near each other. But now you can stack infinite, so you can now kill people not just with the green mines, but also with the red mines. Let's have a look at the levels. We've actually got 4 level 30s. I'm not sure I've ever seen a team with 3 30s. This is quite a long. Maybe it was in the long game. But Ursa is going for Swift Blink. So I was, we were right when you talked about it at the beginning. That Ursa, he's got all the talents. His talents are very strong. Mars with all the talents, so he's doing a little bit more damage. Also with Overwhelming Blink. Juju, he's got all the talents. He had them for a while. Phantom Lancer getting pretty close. He gets quite a lot actually. He gets a built-in crit, juxtaposed damage, so stronger illusions. Not by a lot though. Spirit Lance cooldown and attack speed, so a lot wait for him. I think Brex is going to be waiting a while though. And so will Drekken, and at least Howie's hit 25, so he's going to take the longer Frostbite duration. It's now 4.25. He's got his own Fallen Sky. Fallen Sky, Crystal Maiden, a little bit scary, I guess.
Yeah, he's going in Ags as well, and with the plus 1.25 second on Frostbite. Yeah. He gets a good ult about the time he's been doing in the fights, and people don't have their BKBs. That could be really effective. Not so effective against the Troll Warlord, because you've got this 4 second, I guess 3 second now he's going to upgrade.
Yeah, 3 second
dispel on your whirling axes, and you've got Shadow Demon able to dispel people. So you have all the stuff to counteract it, but it's still
the sound of
quite
that
nice
Starfall was so cool. That was the Aghanim's effect from Mirana. The sound of like 30 Starfalls falling down at exactly the same time. That Aghanim's is so good. The Mirana Ags, such a buff from the previous one. I want to see her cast it again. Use it to farm the creep wave. No, she's going to back off. Because heroes are abound here. You just got to be careful. Wow, Miles has gone in. Overwhelming Blink, and Love and Laughter goes in, but then out comes another stun. Ollie, he's getting the boats in, but of course all the BKBs have been popped. Drekken, he's in a bit of trouble. He does have his reincarnate. No, he doesn't actually. It's still on cooldown, so I think if he gets brought down, he will at least put a tombstone up. He does go down. Tombstone's been used. I heard Refresher Shard used by somebody. I think that was actually Miles. Now they're going to bring down Howie. It's not good for the die. They do have 1 buyback. Out come a few mines. You still have a large mine site. Is he going to do Minefield Sign? Yes, he is. The Minefield Sign in the mid lane, you don't really need it there, do you? You need it top, really. Miles had to go back because he had to defend his base. Ollie goes in, does a bit of damage, backs off. Typical Ollie. Still holding on to his rapier.
Yeah, that was a huge chunk of damage, and that wasn't even a crit, actually.
Buyback from Drekken. Okay, so there's one buyback. This game's not ending anytime soon, is it? Let's be honest.
No, I think it's just a curse.
Finally a gem. The first gem is bought in the game. 68 minutes in, someone thinks, oh, you know, gem. It's pretty good against techies, actually. This is the 5th Roche, by the way. There's just a lot of Roches gone this game. So yet another refresher and Aghanim Shard. Is there anyone who needs an Aghanim still?
No, I think they just
Not
sell
on the
it.
Radiant. Yeah, you just sell it. It's 500 gold.
500 gold, why not? Give it to Troll, get the Troll to sell it, and then you can use this 8 grand gold to start transitioning to a build that does a bit more.
Kinder picked it up, so now he can sell his actual Aghanim's Scepter if he wants to.
Yeah, I assume he will, because what's he got queued up? He's got an Arcane Link.
He's got Book of Shadows and he's Shadow Demon with 2 disruption charges. So, wait, how do you get 2 disruption charges? It's level 25 talent.
So
Oh, wow.
it is in
That's
town.
incredible.
He's
So-
got 3 charges of Demonic Book.
So he's got 2 charges of disruption and he's got Book of Shadows. He's got a lot of save or a lot of control for the enemy, like a ridiculous amount.
Oh yeah, if he plays as well, he can dictate the.
Okay,
the
I know what
going
happened.
to everything.
Love and Laughter has Mirror Shield. That's why he abyssalled, and then someone abyssalled onto him, which abyssalled then. So it was a lot of stuns. Oh my god, this game. I think
Well,
it's still.
a good job it's Christmas holidays.
It's true. Well, we'll see if people still want to get to after this. Whoa, Brex found the kill. Brex got 2,000 gold. How did? That's a lot of gold. 2,000.
This is what happens when you walk around with 9,000 unspent gold.
Brex is like, well, cheers for that. I needed a loan. They're
I
going
don't
in.
understand.
Fallen Sky. Forced up into Fallen Sky. Out comes the Abyssal. But here comes Miles. He's doing a lot of damage control onto Love and Laughter. Is he going to die? He gets arrowed. He gets arrowed for a very long time. I think finding the kill on Gigi might not have actually mattered. Never mind, he lives. No, there's another stun. No, he lives. Oh, is he going to get up? No, he finally gets brought down. Rex goes in. Big stun. Out comes the buyback. Look at the damage Ollie did. Absolutely massive damage. One shots to Bateman. Again, that is the story of this game, isn't it? It looked pretty good for the Radiant, but they had lost Juji. And they also caused Phantom Lancer to buyback. So that's pretty big.
Yeah, that was quite a good fight. Although, to be honest, the Dire could now force things. There is no buyback.
Another
control for
buyback?
45 seconds.
Yeah, Troll's dead for a long time. Dire are
I'd
now
love
running
to
down the
see
lane.
Troll. I'd love to see Troll spend his gold on at least a Moon Shard.
He's got so much gold.
Just
What is this
some iron,
build?
you know?
Honestly. Ollie's
Not
running
good, you
in.
need to travel by
Is
a Moon
this
Shard.
the game? Ollie's now got a heart. Out comes the Abyssal straight onto Kinder. We've used the arena already, but Love and Laughter's just going to jump out of it, except he fails to. Thanks, Doppelgang. They're really trying to go for the win here. Ollie trying to do what damage he can to Kinder, but he gets muted. Oh, you can still run around in Book of Shadows. That's interesting. Love and Laughter's really going ham, but Ursa's got the BKB, of course. Rex goes in with the stun, not the BKB where he does, but he's also got the Aegis. Out comes the Ghost Ship Fleet. They're trying to win. Guys, use your glyph. Radiant still have the glyph. I hope they use it before the tower goes down. They're not really thinking about it. Doige goes in. Uses the Abyssal. Really trying to kill. Oh, he's got a lot of damage on him. He will find a kill on Ollie. Love and Laughter. Remember, he's already used his buyback, so he really has to get out of there. But he gets brought down. That's not looking good for the Dire team. Rex will go down too. I think that might have been game. Radiant was so desperate to finish. Ollie, of course, immediately buybacks. Trying to get his buyback down as quickly as possible. We don't have buyback. 3 heroes with no buyback now. I think that might be game. That's 100 plus seconds on each hero. Do we have many mines in the base? We got a few, but not a lot. I think they were just too desperate to go for the win. That's sort of my take on it.
Yeah, I think they saw no Troll buyback and they thought they just don't have it, but it's coming on cooldown. I don't think they kept track of it. They might have realised, but and it's just unfortunate that Ollie got gone on, the rapier dropped. Ollie doesn't quite have a backup rapier yet, so
No, that's a lot of
gonna be
damage.
a hard hold, and this Ursa for rapier is fairly scary.
Ursa's got
There's no
50,000
PL.
net worth. Oh, overwhelming blink. Oh, can they bring him down? Yes, they did. Great play from Kinder Surprise. That use of disruption, and that's going to be game. Oh, but Brex doesn't actually find the kill. I thought it did, but no, it wasn't enough. You need a lot of damage to take them down. And finally, they got, yeah, that is 24 deaths on the Crystal Maiden. Not a fun game for Howie. He did get killed a lot of times. I would still like to see his hero damage. Finally, 73 minutes in, game will end.
Yeah, and that's a long marathon that was quite back and forth. The Radiant were never really behind on net worth at any point. The Dire just did really well at holding when you've got things like a Kunkka, you've got things like techies. It's really hard to break that high ground, especially with the heroes that Radiant had. Dire also did a really good job at taking and winning key fights at key times, just as the Radiant, you know, we're going to go and push high ground, they'd lose a hero, and then they'd take a fight and they'd lose the fight because they lost a hero to Techies Mines or to Kunkka crit or whatever the ganking scenario was. It just meant it was always 4v5s, and it was, I don't know, it was a bit rough at sometimes for the Radiant. You felt they could have closed it out sooner.
Yeah, definitely.
I still don't know what to think about the Troll Warlord build.
I mean, he did the highest hero damage in the game. He ended up 27, 9, 20. This game went so long, we've got people with 40 assists. 3 heroes with 40 plus assists. That's incredible kill participation for a game that's 73 minutes long.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Troll Warlord build worked. I think the Ags first did work. It was good. I'm not sure the Octarine core was needed. I'm also not sure about the 6k unspent gold.
Yeah, and the Eternal Shroud also raising questions for me, but oh well.
Yeah, I think there's a point at which you transition out, but it worked, and you know, you can't really, if it's not broke, don't fix it, I guess. But yeah, it was this Ursa actually that really swung it for them. The Troll build did so well in the kind of early in the mid game, kind of plugging the hole for the Radiant while the bear just ran around the jungle eating every living creature it could find, getting fatter, getting more gold. And then we saw this as come out from Abyssal with a Battle Fury BKB, and he was a bit of a force to be reckoned with. And I mean, if we look at this net worth graph, you can see that it just doesn't look as close on the net worth graph as it was in game. And I think that's a testament to how the Dire played, especially Ollie. Ollie kept so far ahead on the net worth and did so well at controlling the Dire that it didn't matter how much gold they had, they couldn't actually use it.
They tried so hard and so many times to try and push in, but eventually they won. It was very close. Dire sort of went to this all-in push at the end. Maybe there's no troll, maybe we can do it. Unfortunately, they couldn't. And I'd love to know how many casts were used each game by like certain heroes. Like how many arenas were used by Mars? It must be at least 50. There were just so many arenas every time it was up.